guys, it's Sam, and this is my spoilery gush video on A Book of Spirits and Thieves by Morgan Rhodes. This video will have spoilers in it for this series as well as the Fallen Kingdom series, so if you have not read either this book or the Fallen Kingdoms books, then I would not recommend watching this video. I will link my spoiler-free review for this book as well as the Fallen Kingdoms books down below for you to check out. So when I first started reading this book, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and I'm actually very pleasantly surprised by how much I did enjoy it, and most of that has to do with how much it was connected to the Fallen Kingdom story. So first off, let's talk about the whole Mythica plotline. As far as Becca and Maddox, that was something that actually kind of bothered me. I felt that their insta-love was just too much. I don't like it. I wish there would have been more of like friends in this book. I think that we have a whole trilogy for them to kind of fall in love or anything like that. And the fact that they interacted through like a spirit world and were saying that they kind of loved each other, not my jam. But I am really intrigued by this whole kind of spirit magic thing that is popping up and the fact that he is a necromancer. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Yes, it's called A Book of Spirits and Thieves, but there is no kind of necromancy in the Fallen Kingdoms world, so I was really taken aback with that. I actually am really intrigued by necromancy and stuff as far as in books. I really like the Portion series by Garth Nix, which has a main character who is a necromancer, but I'm also a huge wimp, so it does make me a little nervous that there is necromancy in this series because it just makes me scared, but at the same time, it doesn't really pop up in the Fallen Kingdoms world, so it's interesting to see, like, where did that kind of magic go? Was he the only one that kind of had it? What's the story with that? Also that his parents are the sorceress and the hunter, that I was not expecting really. I was kind of thinking it a little bit. I really loved his dad, Barnabas. As soon as we met him, I thought he was such a cool character, and I just really loved that it was his dad. I thought that was so adorable, and I just really enjoy him as a character, so I'm really interested to see how that kind of backstory evolves. I just really love that we're getting the story of the goddesses and all of that because I found all that so fascinating and all the different ways that the goddesses are kind of tying into the Fallen Kingdom story and how they kind of connect to like Cleo and Lucia and all of them, so I'm really interested to see kind of how they are in real life and how evil those goddesses really are. And there's so many villains in this story already. You know, we have the goddesses as villains and we have the leader of the Hawkspear Society, Marcus, as a villain. So, and it's kind of weird because they are against each other too. So who's the real villain in this situation? I just really enjoy how many villains Morgan Rhodes throws into her books because you just really know like who's the worst villain in this story. No one knows. So even though I found Becca kind of a flat and kind of annoying character, I am interested to see how they are going to get back to Mythica and everything because obviously those people are all going to end up back in Mythica. Hopefully Chris and Farrell will also end up in Mythica because I'd really like to see how they interact with that world. So as far as Chris, I said in my review that I love her as a character. She is my smart, sassy, feisty kind of character. I just really adore her. And I'm not completely sold on the her and Farrell romance. I really shipped it at the beginning, but then he killed her dad. And while I really ship Magnus and Cleo and he killed her like first love, I'm not sure if a relationship can get over somebody killing your father. But I really enjoyed her take charge personality. I enjoyed the different dynamics we're kind of seeing between her and her mother, her and her aunt, and her sister, who's really her cousin. I did not see the whole thing with Becca being her cousin coming at all, and my mouth literally was hanging open. I was not expecting that at all. And I really kind of enjoy the star-crossed, almost kind of love between her aunt and Marcus. Like, yeah, I know it's bad, and I know it was probably really toxic, but I also really enjoy it, and I love how he still is kind of distracted by her, and I want to see more of their interactions in the future because, yes. As far as Farrell, like I said, I'm very kind of mixed with him right now. I'm not really sure how to feel. He is my tortured bad boy in need of redemption who has a soul, but is losing pieces of it. I just don't know how he's going to come back from this. I'm not sure how he's going to come back from killing people. I'm just not sure how he's going to cope with this whole having of this mark, and he was kind of already bad before he had that mark, and now he has that final mark, and he's kind of under complete control, and I'm not really sure he's going to fight back from that, but I'm interested to see his character development. I think he's the one I'm most interested to see develop. I think he has a lot of potential. He reminds me a lot of Magnus in a way, and you guys know how much I love my Magnus Demora. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Like I said, I feel like him and Chris are going to at some point end up in Mythica, and I'm going to love it. I do like their kind of witty banter and that kind of hate relationship, and it's really only going to get worse before it gets better, I think. So I am very interested to see where all these characters go, and I think they have a lot of room for development and improvement. I also really want to see the goddess Cleona. I just really love the idea of her because I connect her so much to Cleo from the Fallen Kingdom series. I'm really interested to see if she is a big villain kind of like Valoria is, or if she's different. You know, she's kind of being spun as this disgusting evil witch almost, but is she really that? I'm not sure, so I'm interested to see how she is and these kind of goddesses facing off in the future. And I'm also really interested to see exactly how Marcus kind of connects to the Fallen Kingdom's world. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I have heard the theory that possibly Marcus is the fire god that finally showed up in the third Fallen Kingdoms book, and that would be really great. I'm interested to see if Marcus is that fire god. I think that would be really cool, but that also means this trilogy ends before Gathering Darkness release, so how does this timeline work? I don't really know. We'll see how it goes. I'm really interested to see the rest of the series and how all of these characters develop and how this story connects to the Fallen Kingdom story. So comment down below and let me know any of your theories pertaining to the future Fallen Kingdoms books as well as the future books from this series and how you think it's all gonna kind of tie together, because I honestly have no clue. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!